Alright friends, we continue to monitor the events on the front lines of Ukraine, Russia and the news. Despite all the commands, the advances of the armed forces continue. Each matter is gained at a very high price, but the troops have managed to advance towards Tokmak, covering a total of 5 kilometers, 1.5 kilometers in the Robotny area and 3.5 kilometers in the Verbove area. This is a significant achievement. Gradually, their southward movement is progressing and the enemy's defensive line is crumbling more and more. In turn, the occupiers intensively shell the front line settlements and attempt to strike up to 15 kilometers deep. But before we proceed, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated on all the latest news. And let's start with the Vuhledar direction. Unfortunately, there are no new successes here. The occupiers are trying to hold on to every meter and continue attacks in the Priyutny area. We are still waiting to see how the offensive actions will unfold, but the occupiers are heavily shelling the territory, trying to halt the Ukrainian forces' progress. The situation is similar in the Kherson direction. The shelling continues along the entire front line and no new offensive actions are reported for now. Ukrainian forces are actively countering the occupiers and holding their positions on the left bank. In the Crimea, there was another explosion and fire in Simferopol yesterday evening, but details are yet to be revealed. Unfortunately, this situation remains challenging in the Avdiivka direction. The occupiers persist with both shelling and offensive actions. At present, the area around Avdiivka is under shelling, but further south, there are offensive actions towards Novomykhailivka and Mariinka. However, Ukrainian forces have been successfully defending their positions and preventing the occupiers from advancing for a considerable period. Similarly, in the Bakhmut direction, the occupiers continue their attempts to regain some of their lost positions. However, their attacks in the Klishivka and Dubovo-Vasilievka areas are unsuccessful, and they are also conducting shelling up to 10 kilometers deep to target Ukrainian defense positions. Yesterday, there was an attack on Kramatorsk. Also, Ukrainian forces have confirmed a breakthrough in the Andriivka area, which seems evident on the geolocation map. Despite the challenges, Ukrainian forces are gradually advancing in this direction. The situation in the Siversk area remains stable. The occupiers are no longer launching offensives and only shelling is reported along the front line. Meanwhile, in the Crimea area, only shelling from the Rychny and Nevsky continues for now. The occupiers are preparing artillery support for further offensive actions. On the other hand, the Ukrainian forces are not showing any signs of activity. Surprisingly, in Svatove direction, there is a suspicious lull. Previously, the occupiers managed to advance a few kilometers in the Kovalivka area, but their success ended there and now only shelling is reported. And in the Dvorichny area, the occupiers continue their offensive actions in the Masyutivka region and intensively shell the entire front line. Despite their efforts, they haven't achieved any successes and the front line remains unchanged. However, there are reports that the occupiers have started an offensive near Kupiansk and difficult battles occurred overnight, the results of which will be unknown soon. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian defense forces continue their offensive operations in the Melitopol and Berdyansk direction and are consolidating their positions. Over the past 24 hours, the Defense Forces aviation carried out 14 strikes on enemy personnel, weaponry and military equipment, and 3 strikes on enemy anti-aircraft missile systems. Additionally, 11 enemy tactical unmanned aerial vehicles of the operational tactical level were destroyed. Furthermore, rocket and artillery units struck 2 areas of enemy personnel, weaponry and military equipment, along with 5 artillery systems in firing positions and an enemy electronic warfare station over the last 24 hours. And interesting news. Somehow, the occupiers in Luhansk region seem to be unwilling to engage in combat. What could be the reason behind this? According to the headquarters, the main factors negatively affecting the morale of the invaders are significant losses in personnel during the fighting, inadequate supply of ammunition to the occupied forces, and uncertainty about the timing of replenishing the units that have suffered combat losses. As a result, there is an increasing number of those who want to leave their units and retreat from the areas of hostilities to the Russian Federation. And lastly, a bit about yesterday's star of the episode, Girkin. He is known for his role in Russia's hybrid war in Donbass since 2014 and has been a long-standing critic of the Russian Ministry of Defense. Recently, Strelkov hasn't shied away from directly criticizing Russian President Vladimir Putin. Analysts suggest that Girkin's arrest may anger his supporters among the Russian war correspondents community, where he is predominantly seen as a sharp military analyst and patriot. And that's all for now. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.